That's right. We have a 36% interest in a joint venture called Sparc Hydrogen. We founded that joint venture alongside the University of Adelaide about 4.5 years ago. And very soon after the JV was founded, Fortescue, a global iron ore major in Australia, joined the JV. So we now sit as equal shareholders with Fortescue, and the university holds the balance in terms of the equity in the JV. We have been slowly and steadily progressing our photocatalytic water splitting technology within that joint venture. It's a really exciting area of the green hydrogen space insofar as it's novel technology. It doesn't require electricity to split water into hydrogen and oxygen. It does that work through the action of a photocatalyst material. And we do have a leading position in terms of the IP that we have developed within that JV. And we have several patents already awarded for the technology in terms of our reactors, which perform photocatalytic water splitting. The origination of that project was through a common thread for the business in terms of work that we were doing with the University of Adelaide in graphene, going back a number of years. We take a different approach to management of that particular vehicle insofar as we're a minority shareholder. We have supported that JV over a number of years in terms of project management support, commercialization support, but increasingly it's growing its own identity. And we recently hired a CEO for that Sparc Hydrogen vehicle, Alana Barlow, who started late last year. So I guess the philosophy that we approach is similar in terms of how we look at commercialization and incubation in terms of what the work that's been done over a number of years within Sparc Hydrogen does have similarities to the work that we did in developing EcoSpark and our graphene additives platform. But they are very different markets and very different products that we are developing within each side of the business. So there's some commonality, but ultimately separate in terms of the markets that we're looking at and the way that those businesses are managed. I'd point to several key milestones, the first being consolidation of our market leadership in supplying graphene additives to the protective coatings industry. I've referred to our flagship product being EcoSpark. We have now cracked the market with that product, and we are looking to rapidly roll it out, not only in terms of the existing commercial coatings products, which have EcoSpark included, but converting the pipeline of work that we have sitting behind that with other coatings companies in other products into commercial coatings as well. So we do have a first mover advantage in that space. It is a difficult industry to catch up because of the time the qualification processes take, as I've discussed. So we do have an opportunity to really consolidate ourselves as market leaders, and I think we're well on the path to doing that. Secondly, utilizing that customer credibility that we have and also the expertise we have working with graphene into high-performing coatings into other areas. I've touched on Sparc ES as our next product or the next cab off the rank for the coatings market. We launched that a few weeks ago, and we are really excited by the opportunity to incorporate Sparc ES into the market for ESD and conductive coatings, which is growing rapidly given the rollout of data centers, battery manufacturing plants, and other electronics and robotics manufacturing, where these coatings are mission critical. And we have a product which can really assist both in terms of lowering costs and also improving performance. So we're really excited about that, and ultimately building out that platform of graphene additives that we supply to the coatings market. That would be the first bucket of things that we are targeting as a business. On Sparc Hydrogen, success would really look like from here consolidating what we've done with the pilot plant and the work that has gone behind that and the data that we're producing to secure partnerships with other leading players in the photocatalysis industry. We are close to doing that at the moment, so we're expecting to be announcing partnerships in that space over the next few months, and then utilizing that to launch that business as a standalone green hydrogen technology developer, allowing it to raise its own capital, and Sparc Technologies being able to go on that journey as a smaller shareholder within that business. So I think there's a really big opportunity there where we've taken a leading position in a novel area. I think the valuations that we can achieve, or Sparc Hydrogen can achieve going forward, are really substantial if the milestones that we have in front of that business can be met. So that provides us great optionality and upside in terms of having an interest in that technology business, and our approach in terms of how we look at that business, and whether we continue to fund our full share or be diluted, or other strategic transactions that may present, really provide us with a good amount of optionality there. So we'll play that as we see fit going forward. So I think there's a lot to look forward to across both sides of the business. And I think there's a nice interplay between immediate commercialization and a lot of blue in terms of the graphene additives business, and blue sky in terms of the work that we're doing within Sparc Hydrogen.